Live from the Drew Estate Cigar Studio and the Gurkha Cigar Studio in the great state of New Hampshire, welcome to the Spare Notes series with your hosts, Matt Tobacco, William Cooper, and Smokin' Nicole.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Saturday night, and I am live in the Drew Estate Cigar Studios, and the Gurkha Cigar Studios are to my left, but they are dark tonight, as Nicole is still sitting out the show due to a minor concussion. She should be good to go by next week. Just taking a little break, for safety reasons, But we're here. Sorry for the delay. First of all, I know we were supposed to start at 8. Myself and Nicole went to dinner tonight for my birthday, and it went a lot longer than I had anticipated. So I was trying to get the check and get the fuck out of there, so I could be up here for all of you. But I apologize about that. We don't usually like to be late, but what are you gonna do? I had already ordered the baked Alaska. They were doing the thing. What was I gonna do? Say no? I'm like, well, yeah, do the flambe, and then we'll go. I need to bring the check right after while I eat my dessert. And I got out of there. So, but anyway, we're here. We made it, and everything's in place. So we're good to go. William, how are you?
How's it going? Oh, not bad.
Yeah? You're looking good.
Thank you.
Did you get a haircut or something? Something's different about you.
I had a haircut since the last show. Yeah.
Did you get new glasses or?
No, I'm wearing a sweatshirt because it's so freaking cold in here.
A, I don't know what it is, but you look good, but something's different. And B, maybe you lost weight. I don't know. B, how cold is it in Indian Trail right now?
It doesn't really matter. I didn't have the heat on. I had turned it off for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll give you an official weather report. I mean, I'm not saying it's cold outside, but it's cold in here. It is 46. But like I said, it just got cold in here.
That's rough. It's
yeah,
20
it's
degrees.
Not,
It's 20 degrees here in New Hampshire.
Yeah, but
I know. I'm just kidding.
Cold in here, yeah.
I know. I'm just kidding. I just want to bust your balls. And I also
I did jukebox earlier today, so that's why I had it. I had all the heat off and everything going on.
I've also been working out in the heat at my regular in the cold. Sorry, I've been working out in the cold at my regular job all week, so my bones are still frozen. For my tradespeople out there, from working MI cable out in the cold on the roof in Boston, especially Monday. Monday was the coldest day. I mean, and I had no idea I was going out there either. And they're like, "We need you to go up on the roof." And I'm like, "Oh, MI cable? Okay, yeah, sure." I can handle that. I got out there, looked at my phone. It was a brisk 12 degrees. I'm like, fuck. Okay, this is my life for the next week.
Right.
So yeah, I'm still cold from that. I swear I was getting this weird sensation on my side, like this one spot on the side of my leg. It was like a cold sensation. Like even after I got home and I was home for a while, I took a hot shower, I was in my sweatpants, I was warm, I was cozy, the rest of me felt good. I was getting this sensation on this one spot on the side of my leg, and it was cold. And I'm like, is my sock pulled down or something? I'm like, no. I'm looking, I'm like,
right.
That's weird. And it was cold, and I'm like, then I start thinking, I'm like, fuck, what does that mean? When you start feeling really cold, or you ever get that? You get a really cold spot in your body, and you're like, oh shit, What does that mean? That can't be good. So it's kind of gone today, but yeah, it was this one spot on my leg, and it was I felt like somebody had an ice cube on the side of my leg. I'm like, and it wouldn't go away. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, that is kind of strange.
Anyway, sorry, I'm getting my cigar going. Getting settled in for a fun show tonight. You look like you're digging for something. What are you doing over there?
No. I was just adjusting the. I can actually adjust the camera a little from remote, but I just don't know. Something's off with the camera. I can't figure out why. It seems a little dark. So.
You look good, at least on my end. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. I don't know.
I mean, if it's bothering you, I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I'm just saying.
No, no, I'm cool. All
You look
good.
good. You look
All
good.
good. All good.
You look
Yeah.
like you look like $1,000,000.
I feel like $1,000,000 today, right?
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Are you insecure as a cigar media person?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Me either.
No.
I just
No.
say it how it is.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think so. Um,
Why would it be insecure?
huh?
Why would it be insecure?
Oh, you didn't see that little soliloquy that Simply Stogies posted about cigar media being insecure and all that bullshit?
No, I haven't. He's a good. Simply Stogies guys are good guys actually, but I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, no. I just thought it was
Yeah.
funny. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
interesting. It was an interesting take. You don't see very many videos directed at cigar media.
By
At
cigar
least from other media. At least from other
by,
media.
By cigar media, yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, we take so much shit otherwise.
Yeah, you get a lot of manufacturers that like to play childish games on social media too. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Someday they'll grow up, right?
Right.
You know.
It's interesting. I got a message from someone in the last couple of days. A couple of people in the last couple of days. They see something that says Cigar Coop, the magazine, and everyone thinks I'm forming a print magazine. I branded Cigar Coop, the magazine, 4 years ago as the written portion of Cigar Coop to distinguish it from everything else. And I happen to brand Cigar the list of Cigar Coop the magazine the last few years because it's my list.
Right.
And it's kind of from that brand. It's not coming from the other brands. Now everyone thinks I'm starting a print publication.
Oh Jesus.
So I'll set the record straight. I am not. Is it something I might do? Yeah, but there's no plans right now in motion with it. But it's been 4 years like that, so I don't know. It was weird. I'm like, well, we branded the Cigar the list like that the past few years, so it was just like I said, it was to brand the written content from the podcasts that everyone else is doing on our platform. So that's why.
Yeah.
And they went deliberately, okay? Because I've said it 1,000 times. This industry's so print media focused. That's why I did it. But I'm not starting a print publication now. I can tell you, I have no time to do even what I'm doing right now. So, yeah, I'll set that straight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into the whole print thing again because
I don't want to either. But like I said, it was. I could see what people think that. Except, have you followed Cigar Coop the last few years? We did that in 2021. I really didn't make a big deal about it, but it's been used. So, like, what. And then the funny thing is, like, just ask me instead of like going and asking other people. Like, I'm pretty much an open book on stuff, as you know. I'm not very much. I don't pull punch. If I'm not going to tell you something, I'm not going to tell you something. But something like that, I'm a pretty open book on.
yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just fixing one. Whoa, what happened there? Sometimes I think it's this computer. Sometimes, like, when I try to use the keyboard while we're broadcasting, it's a little laggy. But this computer is a few years old. And the sad thing is I bought a new computer. But then I just started using it as my regular working computer, and then like this one just continues to sit here in the studio.
Yeah.
And I have to like actually make the swap, and then I just don't. I just forget. I sit down, I'm like, oh, the computer's here, ready to go. What a day. What a week. I turned 32 this week.
Yes, you
So,
did. By the way,
yeah.
it's easy to remember your birthday now.
Why?
I thought it was you're the day before Frank Sinatra. And Frank Sinatra is 1 week after mine. Exactly, so.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. Mine's like exactly 2 weeks before Christmas Day.
Oh, that's another one. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm the 5th, Sinatra's the 12th, and you're the 11th. And then you're 2 weeks from that, 25th, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, happy birthday to you as well.
Absolutely.
My fellow December birthday buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
We got it made. Well, Not so much now because we're older and, but when we were kids,
Oh yeah.
you get your birthday and then 2 weeks later it's Christmas. Dude, clean up.
I had another factor. Hanukkah.
Oh, that's right.
As
That's
well.
right. You had
Yeah.
the Triple Crown.
I had the Triple Crown. Yeah.
Oh, fuck,
So
dude.
yeah.
So you're telling me you got Hanukkah presents, Christmas presents, and birthday presents all in the same 30-day window?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, not anymore.
Right, I know. But like when we were kids, right? It's like, damn, clean house.
And like Timmy, my oldest son, he's the 7th. So he's now, he just turned 30 this month. So.
Do you guys still celebrate Hanukkah in your house, or?
No, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't.
Because
it was your stuff. Yeah.
Your dad was Jewish, right?
My dad was Jewish, yeah, but
Yeah.
really, as he got older, he kind of assimilated to more of the Christian side. Is all I would
Okay.
say, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, my dad's memorial, he brought a priest in, not a rabbi. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it just, he had moved away from it.
Now, when your parents got married, I don't know if you know, because it was probably,
Yeah.
but like when they got married, did like they do what kind of? Especially back then, like what did they do for, like the ceremony? I mean, nowadays people, I don't know, people just do whatever. But like back then, they were kind of strict about like the religious ceremony and all that. Like, did they do like a mix, or they do a Jewish and a? Because like I've heard about that. Like some people, like when they do like a mixed faith. Like, they'll do, like, a Christian wedding, then they do the Jewish wedding, or, like, whatever. Like, I've heard of that. Or they do, like, one wedding, but, like, they have them both up there, and they do, like, kind of both at the same time.
Oh, I can answer that. You got to remember when my parents got married, this was the mid-'60s. It was
Exactly.
it was only 20 years post-Holocaust. And one thing that was going on in the Jewish faith at the time was very much preserving the faith. That was a big initiative. So the only way my parents were getting married was in a Jewish ceremony and agreeing to raise the children Jewish. That changed over time, that last part, but
Yeah.
that was the deal, and that was because again the Holocaust had horrible things happen, unimaginable, but following that there was a movement to preserve the faith. So I was supposed to be brought up Jewish. Had my grandparents not died, that probably would have happened. I would have been fine with that too. But that's what happened, yeah. So it was very different back in the 60s.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Sorry, the comments just caught my eye. My mom was watching. Yeah, that's right. My mom's is January 9th. So she says,
wow.
mine is
Tobacco.
exactly 2 weeks after. 2 weeks after sucks as a kid getting money and there's nothing left in the store. That's true.
Right.
Or it's all the stuff that people returned that they opened and they didn't want it. You're like, I don't want that. I don't want the reject.
So your mom's kind of easy. We could just remember 1 week after New Year's plus 1 day.
Yeah.
There you go. You can't forget. Yeah.
It's a very busy time of year for our family, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we're very busy too because my other son's birthdays are in November and October. So all the boys have our birthdays was like a 6-week period. The girls were a different story, but
Yeah, and then Nicole's 4th of July. That's easy. Because, I mean, it's the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Anastasia, I always get kind of fucked up because her birthday is 8/23. I almost did it. 8/24/23. Because I get the 24 and the 23 backwards sometimes.
Right.
But I'm like, no, she was born in 23, so it's the 24th. But sometimes I go, yeah, she's 8/23/24, and I'm like, no, it's 24/23. I always do that. Fucks me up.
yeah.
It is what it is. If she was born on time, I wouldn't have that problem. But she was comfortable in there. She didn't want to leave.
You want to leave?
We were almost at 41 weeks. I know you remember.
They have a mind of their own, yeah.
Yikes. Anyway, my phone is blowing up right now. I'm like, I'm trying to do the show.
You do know you got on my case when my phone rang.
Well, no, the problem is I opened it to like to look for something that I need right now, and then for the show, and then I have all these notifications, and I'm like, what's going on? And then it's not so much that it's like the notifications are like ding ding ding. It's just the fact that like I open and I'm like, oh, 15 text messages. I'm like, what? That could be like someone having a conversation in a group chat, or it could be like someone sending me like 20 messages to say like one thing. You know those people?
Right. Yeah.
Like, no names mentioned. I'm not going to say because I don't know if she's watching. Be like, hey, can you bring that up from downstairs to the bedroom? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, can you just write one message and send it at once? Like, why do I got to get 20 messages for you to be like, can you bring something upstairs? It's a younger people thing. I think it's a millennial thing, They do that. They like to send like 20 messages to get one point across. It's like, just write it out. It's not a race. And then send it all at once. One message. I don't know what's so hard about that. Sorry. Oh, shit. Anyway. Coop, what are you smoking tonight with us? What do you got?
Well, I'm gonna do something I normally don't do, right?
Oh boy, here we go.
I normally don't smoke a lot of store exclusives. You know my feelings on a lot of them.
I do.
But there are some good ones. And the one I'm smoking here, Mi Querida Green, is a very good one.
The Emerald Fish.
And look, sometimes when I've smoked, and I heard you in my voice on your show, right?
Well,
when I take a first impression. This one, first impression out of the gate was really good. Yeah, I heard it. Believe me, I heard it.
Coop, I'm not like embarrassed or like, oh shit,
Coop,
I got caught.
Coop is, every time he has a cigar,
yeah.
Then I tell him he's wrong, and then I'm right.
Wait. Was I wrong though? Yeah, I didn't think so.
You haven't convinced me on one cigar yet.
I know which one it is too.
Yeah. There's one you really liked from the trade show, and I didn't, and I have not come around on that cigar.
I know what it is too, and I'm still waiting.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's going to be reviewed soon. So, but this is the Emerald Fish here.
I actually haven't had that one yet, and I keep.
I'll have to get you one of these. Yeah, I bought a box of these.
Is it an in-store exclusive? Are they gone? Like,
yeah. No, okay. They have. Eight's got them still.
Okay. Yeah, let me know. I would. I keep forgetting about it, but I'm like, yeah, I want to try that.
This is, in my opinion, what I wanted Tricky Traca to be. Is what I've said.
Okay.
Not that I don't like Tricky Traca, but this is like blue on steroids. Wait, Tricky Traca is not really blue on steroids in my book. It's a little different. So.
Yeah.
But this is more like a blue on steroids. This green.
Yeah, It's funny you mentioned that. I don't hate the Tricky Traca, but the Tricky Traca is my least favorite. It's just I don't know.
Black's my least favorite, even though I have.
Really?
Yeah, I like Tricky Traca better, and I like blue better.
I probably would go black, blue, red. I think that's where I'm at. Black, blue, red.
Blue, red, black, and and the funny thing is, I have never come around on the Papa Saka. The Saka Khan I have. Papa Saka just never did it.
For those who were just listening about a minute and 30 seconds ago, the Saka Khan is one of the cigars that was part of that whole thing. That was one of the ones that he was like, oh, you were right. It was good. And I'm like, I know. That was one.
Yeah, that was one. The other one was Paladin.
Paladin de Saka.
Yeah. But the one I'm talking about is not a DTT cigar.
No, I know it's not. I know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say because I don't want, but I know what it is.
No, yeah.
I don't want anyone getting mixed feelings, but I know what it is. I still think there's hope.
Well, I actually don't want to say it until I put the final review out, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. Don't. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the review, though, because I want you to go through the review process, and I'm curious to see if anything changes.
Yeah. Well, I've already I've started it, is what I'm saying. So
okay.
I don't know if it's going to change, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mitchell Santiago, for me, it goes blue, black, then red. Okay. I
think that's most people. Red is the third.
Yeah. For me, I think the red is definitely and honestly, the blue and the black's kind of tough for me because I really like both of them.
Yeah, I put green second. With
If you were to put it in there, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put green second.
So
Blue,
you'd go.
Blue is my favorite.
You'd go blue, green, red, then black.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
People like what they like. I think that's what the whole thing's all about, right? Well, I gotta be honest with you. Let's not get into that. Shit. So, first things first. Well, actually, I didn't say. Sorry, I forgot.
I got a cut and light.
Yeah, you got a cut and light, but I'm smoking the Atabey Duendes, the torpedo version of the Atabey that Oliver so graciously brought for me. I appreciate it. Thank you, Oliver Naveau, who was on our show on Wednesday night. We had a great time. He was in studio. He was right here. He sat in a cool spot. It was awesome. We hung out, had a good time, smoked some cigars, did our thing. And I love when people come in studio. It's nice, It's a lot more fun. But anyway,
I've had 2 studio guests. Or I've had 3. I've had 3 studio guests. So
I've had Oliver, Brandon Marsh from Big Sky.
Phillies.
Huh?
Phillies. Brandon Marsh plays for the Phillies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. There was another one. Who else have I done in studio before? Well, Carney's been in studio with me.
Saka. Haven't you had Saka?
No. We've been talking about doing Saka, but we actually haven't done it yet.
Okay.
But we have talked about it. Which I think next time he's due one, I'm going to try to get him here. I think I tried to do it last time, but then I think he wasn't feeling good or something. I'm not really feeling it. I do a lot of these shows, and I don't know. It's just a lot for me. I've been doing a lot of blending lately, so my mind is just it's too tired to drive, and I just want to do it from my house. To be honest with you, I really don't keep doing all these shows. I just feel like I say the same thing 40 times a year. How many people really want to listen to what I have to say? I really don't think people really care what I have to say, even though he knows that he's one of the highest viewed shows on any show platform in the industry. Anytime he shows up, boom, Steve Saka. He's the number one. I don't really think people really care what I have to say. And I'm yes, they do, Steve. They believe me when I tell you people give a shit what you have to say more than just about anybody else. And that includes Carlito Fuente, George Padron, all the highlights.
Listen, we were up against Saka on Thursday night. Saka was on another show. And that was formidable competition, even for Carlito. So we actually on the Facebook were about 200 views behind, but we more than made up for it on the download piece over the other show. So they were good numbers too. They were some of our best numbers. But Saka does big numbers. It's just he's formidable. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Our trade show coverage. The video portion. Well, even the article part, but definitely the video portion.
Oh yeah.
Every year for the last 2 years, it's gone Steve, Carlito, Pete Johnson.
I didn't do Carlito this year.
Just about in that order.
That'll be the order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do Carlito at the show this year, but usually when I do it, that's the order I would say. And usually we push Steve's interview out and Pete's out later because we know those are going to do well, and the coverage is, this way we can kind of give some of the other coverage a shot. Malillo does well.
Yeah.
That's another one that does well with us. So
Rocky
Lito,
Patel.
Rocky, Lito, they do well.
The biggest names.
Yeah, it's the biggest names. Nick Perdomo. Yeah.
Actually, the Perdomos are usually top 5 as well.
Yeah.
The Perdomos do very, very well.
Yes.
But that's because people, and that's the thing. And like Nick's another one. Like when the Perdomo and Nick and even Nicholas, so like when they come on the show, like people turn up.
They
They
bring the army.
They bring the army. They really do. And like that's the
Yeah.
kind of shit that like you want to see.
Yep.
And they do a great job. And I think
Yeah.
that's a good measure of how well they're connected with their customer base. That they keep them coming back, and you can't knock that at all. I mean, it's a lot of respect.
Absolutely not. No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
It's not easy to do either. People are like, oh, well, that's
Yeah.
because they're popular. Like, yeah, well, like, it's not
Yeah.
easy getting popular like that. I mean, you got to get people
Yeah.
to really love you. People don't love me, you know what I mean? But they love
No, they
Nicholas
would.
Perdomo.
They're tuning in to see them,
Yeah. Shit. Anyway, cutting and lighting our cigars this week. As always, we shake up the legacy here at Smoking Tobacco. And I think they do down at cigar-coop.com as well. They were so gracious enough to let us have the new beautiful Fuente collection. The collaboration between Arturo Fuente and SD Dupont. Featuring our 2024 cigar accessory of the year, the baking lighter in the gold Fuente X design, as well as the cigar rest cutter. Fantastic. And the review went out today. If you didn't catch it on smokingtobacco.com, you can find it. The new Defi windproof soft flame lighter scored very high. I'll let you guys go ahead and read that. It's on there, as well as, and I want. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Do you do scoring on the accessories?
Or do.
I just started this year, but I don't use 100 points. I use 10 points. I do scoring similar to the food reviews.
I'm gonna bring you up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I made the decision in the beginning. Just score it like a cigar. Keep it consistent. I don't know. I know like some people like don't score it. Like I don't think like Half Wheel puts a score on theirs. They just do
I don't know.
like the.
I wouldn't know if they do. I wasn't at first, and I figured I needed to. You need the quantitative. Do some quantitative on it.
Yeah, I agree, but also it's like for the same reason. Like, well, you do a score on a cigar. I'm like, there should be some kind of score on the accessory. Keep it like consistent, So when you go to a product review, it's like, all right, it kind of has the same flow, and then there's a score, and then you can kind of use that score to gauge, just like you would with a cigar review. And it's just, I don't know, it just kind of all made sense for me. But yeah, I do, and I like doing it that way.
Yeah, no. Mine's a little more. I use the accessory similar to the food scores, and well, I don't think I'll ever pull cigars to that, but I'd like to.
Right.
A 10-point system with 5 being average. God forbid I did that. Yeah. So yeah, but I have put it in. I found it's been very useful to do that.
Yeah, I think it. To not have a score with the review, I think is a disservice to the reader. And so I was just like, you know what, I'll make this easy for them. And I'm glad I did it. And so far, I mean, sorry, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Fuck, I just completely lost that. Yeah, the scoring on the accessories, I do more product reviews than I do really cigar reviews, just because that's kind of how it's always been for me. But I try to keep the same pattern.
Yeah, I've increased a lot of it. Ben and I have both increased a lot of accessory stuff this year on Coop, and it's a good area. It's a lot more limited that I'm doing accessories. So if I have a relationship with the company, it doesn't mean I'm getting free product from them. It means that I know I can call someone in the company if I got questions or anything like that. Those are the products that are getting reviewed. It's a bandwidth because as you know, accessory reviews take a lot longer than cigar reviews to do. There's a lot of time invested in those. Did I lose Matt? He's like frozen. I think Matt's frozen. Oh,
I'm
no,
here.
you're not. You look frozen for a second.
No, I just was trying to fix
You okay?
something. Yeah,
Okay.
I was just yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to fix something with the production. I'm trying to get this is just not cooperating. I apologize. I'm trying to like not be distracted by it, but then like the more I'm trying to fight it, it's like turn that off. There we go. I think I got what I wanted. Okay. Sorry about that. The fun of being a producer of a show. I remember a time when I didn't have to do it. It was just I would just show up and Nicole did it all. You know, those were the times. You know, back in the salad days.
Yeah.
But you know, times have changed. The group has grown. You know, I have to do all the heavy lifting now, but it's okay. But yeah, man, cigar accessories and reviews. We got more coming too. Trying to get caught up for the end of the year.
I got I have I just did the Cigar flip cutter.
I saw that.
I'm actually doing the Calibri SVs. I'm still working on that one.
Yep.
Because they take about 30 days at least to work through a review cycle on those. So I have and then these Dupont things will probably be reviewed early next year.
Oh, that reminds me. I've been dying to bring this up.
Mm-hmm.
Not to just pivot away, but since the last time we saw each other,
right?
You did something.
I did a few things.
I did a few things. Yeah, you did. Oh. But specifically something that happened right after the last Spare Note show.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you just paint the picture here. I don't even gonna say it. It's your thing.
So yeah, I think I've talked about it with you, but I talked about it to you after the show. It was after the show we did last Thanksgiving weekend. I said, "Hey Matt, hey, I don't know. Did I tell you who I'm interviewing tomorrow?" And he goes, "No." I said, "Marlon Wayans." He's like, "You didn't tell me." I'm like, well, "Yeah." This thing came together very fast, is what happened. I got contacted, I want to say, in reality, it was Tuesday night by the Marlon Wayans people. And they said, hey, Marlon's going to be doing an event in Charlotte. And we'd like to know if you'd like to host a town hall / podcast. And I'm like, yeah, I'd love to. I'd be honored, right? I was honored they asked me, right? We did it at one of my shops, Tailored Smoke, located up in Concord, North Carolina. And I had very little time to prep for this. I will tell you, this was the hardest interview I ever did. There's never been a harder interview I had to do than this interview. And the reason is I had to get out of my element on this interview. I'm the kind of guy who, there's two things. First of all, if you notice at the trade show, and I think Nicole noticed this too, I heard her say it, and she's 100% right, or you said it. I'm not the guy who does the interviews on the floor. I'm not comfortable doing that. The other thing is more comfortable behind the desk. But the Wayans people, we were trying to do some preparation for this. I submitted a list of questions for the interview, and basically I got shot down. And not shot down in a bad way, but shot down is like, hey, you want to have a good interview, we need you to kind of look at things at this angle. So I had to change my whole strategy from, and I'm not saying rapper bind to filler, but, I took it. What I did is I designed a set of questions that I could somehow tie Marlon's career and Marlon's life back into what he's doing with cigars. That was very hard for me to do. It was hard for me to do a live interview because that's not my element. So it was a challenge. I was told I did good. I'm a hard scorer on myself, though. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm a hard scorer on myself. I think I could have did better. But nonetheless, people were very happy with it. I got a lot of good feedback. So I thank everyone who saw it or came out to it. But it was an honor. Marlon, by the way, Marlon is a terrific person. And a lot of what they're doing with Marlon, they're technically taking a page out of Guy Fieri's book. So when Guy does a cigar event, typically he's doing Triple D. He's filming Triple D in a town, and he wants to do an event at a local shop, and they arranged for him to do that. Essentially, that's what happened with this thing in Charlotte. Marlon was doing a comedy show for a few nights right after Thanksgiving, and he wanted to do a cigar event. And he went to his people. He called his people, and this came together very fast. That's what happened. He's very much an engaging person. He, you know, talked to everybody, signed boxes, took pictures. In fact, he was running late for the comedy show, and he said, "Hey, look, I got to get to my comedy show, but if you guys could get your selfies out," he goes, "I'll make sure everyone gets that picture before I leave, so no one will be." So he was very, very nice. He really likes this cigar scene, it was like I said, he was very nice to me, as well as people. So I was grateful for that opportunity to have Marlon Wayans do a show with him.
Yeah, I watched it. It was cool. He, I
Tell I was
know.
out of my element, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not every day you do stuff like that in that setting.
I'm not
So
I'm not
I
an
get it.
entertainment, interviewee is what I'm saying. Yeah.
I just thought it was funny, and I don't think you were wrong for doing it. I just think it was funny. I know how much you love Requiem for a Dream, which was a serious role for him.
Brighton Beach. Yeah, Brighton Beach. Yeah.
Exactly. And I know you brought it up a few times, and then I remember at one point he was like, "Damn, you really like that fucking movie."
I said you should have. Well, and folks who don't know why I like that movie is he was great in it, but it was filmed in Brighton Beach. My grandparents and my dad grew up in Brighton Beach, Brooklyn. So you have to understand Brighton Beach has a little subculture to it. Brighton Beach memoirs and things like that. It's right next to Coney Island and things like that. So that movie, I didn't care who was in that movie. Gabe Kapler could have been in that movie, and I would have went to see it. Is what I'm saying.
Wow, that says a lot. If Gabe Kapler would draw your attention,
it would. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good, Danny. That sounds freaking amazing.
I was like reading that too, but I was trying to make it look like I was paying attention. I'm like, oh fuck.
No, I'll tell you what. I normally don't review like one-offs, but I would do that for Danny. That is friggin' amazing.
For those who are listening, Danny said, "Coop, I did a test run on my annual making of the nip rib sandwich. I take a rack or baby back rib, smoke them low and slow, and put it on a homemade hoagie roll with thinly sliced onions and pickles. The bones pull right out, and I drizzle it with Mike's hot honey. I'll have to send you one for review." Oh.
Absolutely, I'm in. I'll do it. So, Matt,
Coop likes to eat.
What do you think was the most asked question I got from the audience after, like people coming up to me after the show? What do you think the thing they wanted to talk about most on Cigar Coop?
Well, I already know, but it was food reviews.
The food reviews. I mean, there was a couple of cigar things, and people were very, but the food reviews, like, hey, whatever the Jimmy John's pickle witch, I think you should have had it with the Italian meat, and I said, yeah, I did that one last year, actually. Let's go check that one, but I agree, it's like, but it was amazing how I just put a Portillo's review up, and the numbers were almost up to Cigar of the Year countdown numbers. I mean, and those are usually pretty high. So,
wow,
yeah,
wow.
I'm just blown away how this is taken off, and I'm gonna be doing a few other things with Cola Sheets. It's not gonna be more food, but I may integrate it into some of the other shows next year. So,
well, what I was gonna ask you before was, next rather, is the other celebrity that you rubbed elbows with was Guy Fieri, and did you talk about food stuff with him too, like with your reviews or whatever, or was it just like, hey, how are you, walk away?
No. So let me talk about what that one was, and there's a little background on this. So this was Ben Lee works at a store in Asheville, North Carolina, part-time. So last year, Guy Fieri was supposed to come up in September 2024 and do an event at his store, except there was a Hurricane Helene hit. Hurricane Helene devastated the area. Not only could they not do the event, but Guy was coming in to do Triple D. He couldn't do it, obviously, and he made a commitment. He said, I will come back and reschedule this with Asheville, and he goes, I will keep good on my promise. So they scheduled it for Tuesday the 9th. I don't know if you heard a few weeks ago what happened to Guy Fieri.
Yeah, didn't he fall or something like that? He fucked
Yeah,
up his
he
leg?
fell. He fell. He had surgery on his quadricep or something like that.
Oh.
There were reports he was in a wheelchair, right? And we didn't know if the event was happening again. They told him, no, Guy's coming. Guy came, okay? He did Triple D in the morning. He did the event in the evening. He came in on crutches. So he was great, but he was exhausted. You could see it. He still and he even said the doctors were telling him not to travel. And he said, I had to travel. I made a commitment to you people in Asheville. And he was saying that. You could see he was. So I didn't get a lot of time one-on-one. We did have a talk about, like, me hating eggs. And my mom hates eggs as well. So Guy said, look, the three of us are going to have a council meeting. We're going to sit down and we're going to have a council meeting to make sure that we can make sure the world knows that eggs are no good. Something like that. So that was the food conversation I had with him. Jack Tarano was awesome. We had interviewed Guy at the trade show. Bear did that interview, so I don't think Guy remembered me. But Jack was awesome to say, these guys have been obviously promoting his stuff and everything. So they were really nice about that. So I didn't. And the other thing that was interesting, Matt, what I did at the event, Guy comes into the event. I did a short film, and I think people made a short that reel. And then I backed into the other room because there were people buying boxes, and I just didn't want to get in the way of that. And what was really nice, Jack Tarano and Ben came and got me to go see Guy. Because I was kind of just staying in the background for a while. And I figured I'd get that shot at the end. I'm not going to lie, but they did come and get me, which was very nice. So
They didn't leave you. They didn't leave you hanging. They made sure you were in there.
No, I forgot to get my cap signed by him. He gave me a cap, and I forgot to get it signed, which was boneheaded me. But they did a great event. Asheville's this is a very small shop. You got to keep in mind too. This ain't twins or two guys at all. It's a small store, so. But I can't say enough about Guy as the person. To come up after that, sir, he did not have to do it by any means, and he came and did that and kept his commitment. And he another fantastic person in the industry is what I'll say. We are working. We do want to get Guy on a podcast at some point, so that there is discussions of that. So hopefully that happens.
Very, very nice.
I don't know if it will, but yeah, we have. So yeah, it was kind of a whirlwind week for me. I would say Marlon and Guy are doing the two best jobs right now, and probably Chaz would be the other guy, Chaz Palminteri.
Chaz Palminteri was I was one of my more favorite people.
He was, and I think Martin Cove, but I don't think he's as big a name as those other three. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't even think Chaz is as big. I love Chaz, but I don't think he's as big as Marlon or Guy. So.
Yeah, he's one of those guys where I think most of his fan base is older or has died off. But he was really cool. We had a really good exchange when I interviewed him at the show.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And my favorite is Armand. And I did an hour interview with Armand a few years ago. Armand Desante is an exceptional. I mean, he's for us old timers. But primetime Emmy Award winner. Just a true gentleman too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always enjoyed his movies. Every time it comes up, I'm always like, damn, I can't believe you.
There's a great movie
Armand
he did.
Desante.
Yeah, the great movie he did with Stallone called Paradise Alley.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great movie. I think it's probably one of the better Stallone movies outside the Rocky Rambo franchise. So I highly advise people check that movie out. And then, of course, he played Odysseus. So the iconic figure from literary works. So
Mitchell Santaga. Do you consider Mayflower Cigars a celebrity cigar?
Not at the same level as Guy Fieri or Dojo and I got into a little bit of a beef on that. I'm not disputing that Mayflower's done a great job and he's got his following, but again, when my mom goes into a show because Guy Fieri's on it and it was KMA, that's the difference.
Yeah.
When my mom was interested, and my mom's not a cigar person. When my mom was interested in Marlon Wayans or Armand Desante, yeah, she's not tuning in. I'm sorry, she's not tuning in for Michael Knowles. That's not to take anything away from it. It's just those other three have a little more of a mainstream, have a more mainstream reputation.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're going with that.
Martin Cove, I wouldn't put in that same category, although my mom loves him too.
Does your mom watch your show when you don't have celebrities on?
No. No, the only time she tuned in was 2 times, and they were both KMA.
Oh,
Martin
no
Cove
shit.
And Martin Cove and Guy.
Yeah.
But my mom is,
Makes sense. Makes
yeah,
sense. Is your mom very starstruck like my mom? My mom loves celebrities.
not as starstruck, but she likes a celebrity.
Yeah.
She always liked Mayor Giuliani, and we're going to take the politics out of it. She always loved Mayor Giuliani. She's met him a few times in New York, so I think she's very, like I said, so I don't think she's met. I think I've met a lot more celebrities than she has, though, in her lifetime.
Yeah. I mean, I have very limited information, but just on the little bit that I do have, I feel like that probably makes a lot of sense. You seem to rub elbows with a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
frequently.
when my dad was alive, it was a big sense of pride with the Armand thing. He knew who Armand Desante was, and that was a big deal for her. That he was aware of, and I think he saw that interview I did with him. So that was and that was Armand's people who also reached out to me, which was very interesting. I had reviewed his cigar a few years ago, and he wanted to meet me. And you know who did his cigar, right?
Who, Armand Asante?
Yeah, it's maybe before your time. That's why I'm asking, but
I don't remember.
But it was done by someone locally in your area. Excuse me, Victor Vitali.
Oh, that's right. I did know that because we've talked about that before.
Yeah, Victor's not in the business anymore. Great guy, by the way, Victor.
Yeah.
And Dave knows him very well. Dave bought some of his brands out, I believe. Like
Yeah, I thought at one point I think he was a sponsor on the Cigar Authority.
Yeah, I mean that's how I found out through him about that.
Yeah.
That's how we kind of connected. So Victor's a great guy, but Victor did a tremendous job with that Armand Desante cigar blend wise. I think it was tough to get that cigar distributed though. It was harder than they thought it was going to be.
I mean, the celebrity cigars are pretty tricky. I mean, the nickel sandwich is a real anomaly.
It's the best job. Yeah, it's the blueprint for how it should be done.
Yeah, I agree. I think going forward, any manufacturer who gets approached by a celebrity who's like, I want to do a cigar, and be like, all right, how serious are you about this? And if they're like, I mean, we're pretty serious, it's like, all right, well, you should go look and see what Guy Fieri did with Espinosa, and then come back to me. And if you can't do that, forget it, because it's a waste of time. And what Espinosa's done is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Absolutely. I would say Jack Tarano, and I saw him at this event. He's got a well-oiled machine. He knows how to do it. And I got to say, the Wayans people at Liga Tridente Cigars, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. That was very well. The fact they coached me how to do that interview and everything. These were the cigar people who coached me on this. They were really good. That event was well executed, well attended on short notice. So, and like I said, I think Espinosa was first out of the gate on how to do this. So, they did it. Jack just does a tremendous. I can't say enough how well executed that event was. There's no mayhem. Everyone gets a chance. They bring product. It's a very good event.
Yeah, people turn out for him, and I think it's because he's a very universal. Like a lot of times, you got like athletes, and you got like half the population doesn't even watch sports, or they don't watch that sport, or like whatever, or like they only know like who's on their team. So that makes that kind of tricky. And then, you get some of these older actors, Armand Assante, Chaz Palminteri, which, people know who they are, but, they're also getting up there, and like I said before, a lot of their fan base has died off. But then you have someone like Guy Fieri, who, like, kind of like everybody knows. And, whether you're into cooking or you're not, you watch TV, you watch reality TV, there's just so many different angles. So many different people follow him that it just, And I think when he did the knuckle sandwich, it was like, first of all, just cigar business-wise, they did it all right. So, you know what I mean?
They did a good brand for him on top of that, Espinosa. They did him right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they did everything they were supposed to do, the way it should be done. So there's that. But then you do all that, and then you have this guy who's, recognizable by almost anybody. And, of course, it's going to get a lot of attention. Not everybody knows who Gary Sheffield is. I'm sorry. Like, I know who Gary Sheffield is. You know who Gary... But a lot of people don't know who that is. Same thing with Ray Lewis and all the other ones.
Or Big Papi. Or even Big Papi.
Yeah.
Like, my mom couldn't
a little more recognizable, but yeah.
Yeah. And here's the other thing that's very interesting. And I know that this was done at the Big Papi event a little differently. From what I understand, the Big Papi events, that was a buy-in to get into the event, if I'm not mistaken.
Hold on, wait a second. Are we talking about his new thing that he's doing himself, or are we talking about the Big Papi cigars with Artista?
The Artista.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe when those events happened, you had to buy a box to get into events. And that is not a fault of the retailer. That is, I think, how sports celebrities are used to doing events. Like at card shows and book shows. It's mostly, like, you go to some of these book signings, you ain't getting to meet them unless you buy the book, right? So a lot of them say, well, why can't we be the same if I buy a cigar? And I'm going to say the Guy Fieri event and the Marlon Wayans event, you did not have to buy a box to meet Marlon Wayans. So that's a little different than a lot of other events. And I get why the athletes do it, by the way. This is not a knock on even the athlete or the retailer. That's how, because the autograph business is the problem with that, and stuff getting sold on the market.
Yeah, you get the people who...
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You get the people who use and abuse.
Yeah, and I can't blame it for retailer. They may be told by so-and-so celebrity, this is the way it has to be done, right? So I don't even fault the retailer on that. And at the same time, the retailer shouldn't be using their store for an autograph session, nor should kids be coming in, on these types of things.
Yeah, and I think that, again, just circling back, I think what was done with Guy Fieri, I think, has been perfect. And there's going to be more celebrity, athletes for sure, that come along. And I'm willing to bet most of what I have that it's going to go the way that it always goes.
I always said the Tyson thing was very different. And that I think was more, from the beginning, I always felt that was a licensing deal that Gurkha took. And by the way, I don't fault them for taking it. If Tyson's licensing is coming to you, but I always felt that wasn't going to be the type of celebrity that we would see at shops or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. So, and he's got a personality,
He's very recognizable, though. You can't say he's not recognizable.
No. I agree. He's super recognizable. But the problem is Mike Tyson. He's not your average guy. He's not your average celebrity.
What do you mean I'm average? I make good cigars. I got the Habano wrapper.
Is that supposed to be me? Is that
Matt,
supposed to be me, Coop? Man, that's not fucking funny. Don't make me pull up the thunder.
The whole week at the compound last year, PCA, we were all doing Mike Tyson imitations in the house.
Oh, how can you not?
McTavish does the best Mike Tyson imitation.
Really?
Over here. Oh, it's spectacular. It's really good.
I like, I watch a lot of Tom Segura and like his specials. One of his specials he talked about when he met Mike Tyson, and it's kind of funny. And he talks about how I think it was like on a plane, and they ran into each other, and it was kind of like, hey, how you doing, blah, blah. And then like Tyson like recognized him and was like, it's like, Tom, are you on TV? And like and Tom's like, start doing the voice, and then he was like, man, I love Netflix. I watch the shit out of Netflix. And he was like, are you on Netflix? He was like, yes, I am. And he was like, I love Netflix. That's my favorite thing. And then he talked about how like he wanted to come like see him at the show. He's like, give me your phone number. And he was like, what? And then he called him and he was like, where's your show? All right, we'll be there. Tyson's a mixed bag though. I mean, he's very recognizable. He's got a lot of different things going on, but mentally, I mean, he's just, if he's in a bad mood, it can be rough, and I feel like he's just kind of like one of those guys, like, he's very easy. Like, I feel like it's really hard to like get him down and be like, all right, this is what we're doing, like he's just gonna be like, well, fuck you, I don't want to do it, I'm gonna go home, like, I can't make it today, like he's like, it's just. He's one of those where like it depends on his mood, like how much you're really gonna get out of him. So like it's tricky, and there's a lot of celebrities like that, I mean, they're not all like that, but So then you get that fucking thing, You finally get a guy who's really recognizable, but it's a guy who's. It's kind of hard to like keep the what's the word? Like keep his attention span, with it, like, and that's where the promoting comes into play, because like to him it's like. I'm doing the cigar deal, and like it's gonna be the shit. My face is gonna be on the box, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But he doesn't give a shit about promoting it. It's just like, yeah, that's just a thing I'm doing. It's like, okay, well, you gonna like get out there and talk about it? No. Like he did PCA, but I don't think he did a single thing other than that. And that's not, and I'm not like knocking.
I'm not knocking anybody on that either.
Yeah, it's not Gurkha's fault, and I'll be the first to say it because I know how good Gurkha is, but like I'm putting it on Tyson because at the same time, like I kind of have an idea of like the kind of guy Tyson is. I could see Gurkha really struggling to be like, hey, like blah blah blah, and he's just being like, he just doesn't want to participate. It's like, I just want to do the deal and walk away. It's like, okay, well, so that kind of sucks.
They did the best they could, and he was only there for a certain amount of time, and But what do? How do you not? Like, of course, if he's willing to work with you, you take it. You take it, and you have to take how it's going to be. So that's just how it was, and I don't fault them on it. I don't even fault. Like I said, it's a different world. It's different with guys like Guy Fieri is very much a people person, and Marlon, because he's comedy. He's almost like a very intimate comedy, and he loves people. He loves being around people as part of his thing. Unfortunately, I don't think that's just Tyson's deal. Tyson, it's a different world he's in. So it's not, again, it's just two different worlds. We can't expect Mike Tyson to be Guy Fieri. That's not really fair.
No, you can't. I mean, apples and oranges, And it's funny. So I'll bring this up. Jay Davis, I apologize for being late. I know that you guys look forward to the show. We kept him waiting, Coop. So
you kept him waiting.
I know. I take it. I take responsibility. I'm sure Coop doesn't consider this a celebrity cigar, but in my opinion, the greatest celebrity cigar ever is the Lost City Opus X. All right, let's see where he's going with this. Andy asked Fuente to grow the tobacco for the film. Then suggested Carlito make a cigar with it. And then he suggested the proceeds from the cigar go to the Cigar Family Charitable Foundation. Very, very true. And he was offered compensation but turned it down. So maybe it's not considered a celebrity cigar because Andy made the focus on the charity rather than himself. Yet the cigar is legendary, as is Andy's focus on giving along with Carlito's heart to give. I mean, so it's not a celebrity cigar in the sense of like the celebrity was in on the deal and it's really like a business venture for them.
He's not associating with the brand per se, but he's associated with the brand, but he's not active in terms of. He doesn't. It's hard to explain this. He doesn't promote the brand, but
I'm not. First of all, I'm going to say
his name is not on the project. That's the easiest way to say.
But his movie that he made is.
His movie he made is, and Carlito has done an amazing job one at delivering a cigar. I agree. It's probably the best. That is the best cigar associated with a celebrity. We can go however you want. And he has always promoted the fact that is a project he's done with Andy Garcia that he's very proud of.
So while Andy's name is not on it, or it's not like Andy's brand, like Knuckle Sandwich, it's still Andy's movie. If it wasn't for Andy doing that movie the way he did it, that cigar probably would have never been made.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to argue that it's not at all. I mean, that's definitely...
But his name's not even on the packaging or anything. Like, Guy's pet name is on the packaging. That's what I'm just saying. It's not...
Yeah.
It's a little different, but I think it's a fair argument in terms of being... you can't take him out of it either because of everything that you just said there.
Yeah, and I don't think that you... Yeah, so I think Jay has a very strong case. I mean,
I think so, too. I think so. It's just different.
It's almost like a gray area.
Like,
it's still celebrity related. A celebrity had a hand in the creation of the product.
I wonder if Carlito would say it's a celebrity cigar. That would be I should have asked him that Thursday night.
I think he would because I know he's personal friends with Andy. They go way back, the movie and all that. I think, obviously he's very proud of what they've done together. So
that's why I wonder, and he should be. It's a great project, and if you hear the whole story about that whole tobacco field, it is. Carlito has told that story many times on our shows. It's an amazing story. It's just you can't argue it. So. You can't distance Andy from it either. It's just a little harder for the average person maybe to relate to that because his name's not on the cigar.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I
think us in the industry know it. Is kind of the way to look at it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna side with Jay on this.
It's a fair thing. I wouldn't fight anyone on it. I just think it's different.
It's definitely different, but at the same time, I think that's what makes it special.
You know what? I'll defer to whatever Carlito tells me. If Carlito says it's a celebrity cigar, then it is a celebrity cigar. I'm not even because I trust Carlito.
Okay.
And in the end, it's an Opus X, and it's his brand, so it's a part of that brand. So I would say, I would defer to Carlito on that. And that's not me wimping out. I'm just really curious. I'd be curious what Carlito's take is on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what was I just going to say? Fuck. I was just going to add to that, too. About Andy.
Love Andy Garcia.
Oh, me too. Do you watch Landman?
I don't, and I should.
You should.
Listen, he was great in Godfather 3. I know people hate Godfather 3, but Andy Garcia was great in that movie.
He was. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about it now. He really was. Godfather 3, I don't think gets enough love. But
to me, Ocean's 11, The Untouchables, those are the ones I really look at with him.
He's on season 2 of Landman, and he's pretty cool. And he smokes a Don Carlos Presidente on Landman. In a scene, they're at like a high-end lounge or whatever. Not a cigar lounge. It's like one of those just like private clubs, and he's smoking a cigar, and it's clearly a Don Carlos, which I'm sure
Paramount. Yeah, I gotta check. It's on Paramount. I just looked it up.
It's a good show.
The funny thing, when I had Carlito on Thursday night, there's another question I thought about afterwards, and I never asked him it. So Arturo Sandoval made a cameo appearance.
That's right.
It was hysterical. He says, when Les introduced him, Les says hi to him. He goes, Les, they should call you more, not less. He's kind of, they should call you more, right? But I actually, there's a friendship with Carlito and Arturo. It's a very deep friendship.
Oh, yeah.
Arturo
goes way back.
Arturo's doing a concert, and he popped over his house. I wonder, if Carlito ever thought of, I don't know what the thoughts were of ever doing a cigar for Arturo. I don't know if Arturo would want one or anything, but I thought about it after the show. I could see it being Arturo. I love Opus X and Don Carlos. Or Don Carlos is his brand, I believe. So I don't know. It's an interesting question I had. I've always felt they've done a good job at talking about Arturo's support for the industry. I think Fuente's done a great job with that. You know, you go to the Kennedy Center honors, and Arturo Sandoval's holding up a Don Carlos while he's getting his Kennedy Center honor. But I don't know. I always wondered that. I just wondered that, I should say, afterwards, I should say. Because I just thought about it.
Jay added, Carlito also made Angelinos for Joe Mantegna in honor of Joe's love for Los Angeles, and there is a limited size called the JM for Joe. Not as big as Knuckle Sandwich, but more clearly a celebrity cigar.
Let me tell you, Carlito is the gateway to the celebrities in our industry. He is. He's got a lot of connections.
Yes, he does.
Kid Rock, Stallone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you go into Carlito's office, you see a lot of this stuff, too.
Past presidents of the United States, Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Arturo Sandoval, Andy Garcia.
President of the Dominican Republic. I mean,
Yeah. He's I think I don't know if they know each other personally yet. I haven't really seen them together, but I know that DJ Khaled is a big cigar guy, and he's posted a lot with Opus X and some of that stuff. There was a video actually where Chiro and I don't think Carlito was part of that trip, but it was Chiro and it was someone else who flew by helicopter to, like, I think it was in the DR. And I'll have to find the video. And like they find, like, Chiro gets off and he like presents them with like a box of Opus X. And then he's got it like all over his thing. And then he's like posting videos with like the 20th, and he's got the cigars, he's got the humidors, he's posting pictures like out at events, he's smoking, Opus 25. Celebrity, big celebrity. I haven't really seen Carlito with him, but he's very active, on social media. But my point being, maybe something will come out of that. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because I've seen him post a lot of Fuente stuff specifically.
Yeah.
To your point, yeah.
The other thing is the Kid Rock connection. They are very good friends, and I had a chance to meet Kid Rock at Carlito's party, and I have a whole different opinion of Kid Rock. He's a generous person, a kind person. He was so good to the staff there that night. I'll just leave it at that. I know he has the bad boy rebel image, but he is a absolute gentleman.
He's the devil without a cause. He's going platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean that's true about what Jay says. So I can see what Jay's saying, probably why Carlito wouldn't take advantage of anything with that on Arturo's name. So I get it. I think that makes some sense.
Yeah, I get that too.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a testament to the Fuente family, by the way. They don't take advantage of things like that. So yeah.
Jay is like the voice of reason on this show.
Well, Jay has deep connections to the Fuentes longer than I do.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, but still, he's still like a voice of reason.
I truly see that. Yeah.
Yeah, he makes sure that we stay on the. This is why we need Jay here. It's fine. I'm glad Jay did come. I know he was a little frustrated, but I'm glad Jay is here. It's quiet on other fronts tonight. That's all I'll say. It's very quiet on other fronts. Nice to have a night off.
Don't say. Just let's go.
It's like Beetlejuice. You can't do it.
I had stone crabs for dinner tonight, right?
Oh yeah.
And stone crabs are a little messy, so we had to clean up a bit afterwards. Thank you, Rafael Nodal, by the way, for the stone crabs.
Stone crabs are good, man.
Yeah, they
so
were
good.
These are the best ones I ever had. But yeah, stone crab, you got just shells on the table and stuff afterwards. So it's like, yeah.
It's messy. I mean, like I was telling you, up here in New England, we eat a lot of lobsters and stuff, and like on Lobster Day, like I'm taking a shower. Like it don't matter. Like if
I'm
you
taking one
contain
right
the
after
mess
show,
to like the
actually. Yeah.
table, like you wash your hands, it's like it doesn't matter what you do, like you just smell like shellfish, and you're just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to take a shower, like I gotta take a nice long hot shower, and get that fish smell off, because it just I don't know, it's just
Yeah.
that aroma, it gets into you, and you just smell like a harbor all day. Ugh, it's messy.
Yeah.
I feel like with the lobster it's worse though, because like, you steam it and then like you crack it open and all the liquid comes out, like all the water and like all the
That's a little. Yeah.
shit inside them comes out. Like, at least with like the stone crab, like it's just the claws, the body's gone. You crack it open, sure, but it's not. I feel like not as much mess comes out of it. It
Shells
probably
are
still
little
makes a
messier.
smell, but
The
yeah.
shells are a little messier. I find. Because you're kind of hammering the shell, as opposed to a lot of lobster you can crack it or pull it.
I got my dad to try octopus tonight for the first time.
I love octopus.
I had to
love
really
it.
sell it on him, and then it came to the table as part of like a seafood sampler thing. And I tried it. I'm like, damn, it was. I don't. How do I describe it? It was in like a They had it all chopped up, and it was kind of like ceviche style, and they had it in like this like red pepper, not bell pepper, but like it's like this red pepper like what would you call that? Like a vinegary based thing. And it was good. It was so good. It almost, in fact, to be honest with you, it reminded me more of like something like it kind of reminded me of like a good sweet like and sour pork kind of thing. It was really good.
Yeah, I can
And
see that.
and I took a piece of it and I brought it to my dad. I'm like, "You gonna try that?" Yeah. All right, all right, all right, all right. I'll do it. And I was like, "All right." I put it on his plate and he tried it. And he made before I bring it, he's like, "Octopus, you eat that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then like I got and I like I put it on his. He's like, "All right." And then he ate it and he was like, you just see the look on his face like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "It's not bad, right?" He's like, "Yeah, this tastes pretty good." I'm like, "You want some more?" "Oh, all right." I'm like, "Yeah, see?" You're like, "Oh," but then you try, you're like, "Oh, it's actually not so bad." I'm like, "Yeah." My mom was like, "No. No, they say the suckers can." I'm like, "It's dead. Like, it's not, like, it's not going to, like, suck to your mouth." "Oh, they say, like, they can." What'd she say? She said something else that was weird. Something like, "Oh, they can, like, oh," she's like, "Yeah, I read something that even after they're dead, like, they can deposit their sperm in your mouth." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Just stop." I'm like, "It's people eat seafood every day. Don't ruin it." And octopus is good. Oysters too. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we had a feast. It was good. I forget what we were talking about now. We got see this thing, the food. Oh well, you brought up the crab thing. That's right.
Yeah.
You're right though. Like the food review says, like you bring up food and it's like like a moth to a flame. Like the conversation, it's like ooh, like everyone can. You know why? Because
Well,
most people. No, I
everyone.
don't want to say everyone because some people are just picky and they're not eating is just not their favorite activity, like it is for most people. But most people, you bring up food and it don't matter who you are. I mean, that conversation can go
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like to eat?
It's true. And like I said, just everyone has an opinion on it, which is very interesting. It's amazing. I just and a lot of it, now, and look at it, food is a lifestyle, and cigars integrate with a lot of different lifestyles. So it makes there's some good overlap we've had with that. I haven't done anything with pairings yet with food, and I don't know if I ever will. I have been asked by a couple people in the industry to do that though, so I may explore it next year.
Oh, pairings.
Yeah, but I'm not big on food pairings as much. The person I saw do the best job at food pairings actually was Claudio Sroy, who 1 year at PCA or IPCBR, he did a tobacco infused menu. Food that was very interesting. Um, I mean, the two people I think, well, John Carney's done it. John Carney and Raphael have done it. I will say.
Yeah, John
So
Carney.
they
Yeah,
have, yeah, John Carney. Raphael has done it as well. I've seen him do it.
yeah,
So,
that's true.
and, tho-
No,
and
he
those
posts a
are the
lot of
top
food.
guys. Yeah, John actually built the whole event series around it. So, and Red Meat Lovers has done it with Saka to some extent too.
That's
So,
true. Yeah.
but I don't know if it's necessarily been a pairing they've done.
I'd like to see like some sort of food competition between John Carney and Rafael Nadal.
You know, that. So here was my thing.
That
Garofalo
would
does
be.
the meatball competition,
Yep.
right? To me, that would be the ultimate. You get a one-on-one showdown, and I know it's hard for them to probably get up there and cook meatballs. That's probably. But imagine a one-on-one showdown, Raphael versus Carney,
Oh God,
for
yeah.
all the marbles.
I'd pay to
Winner
see
take
that.
all. The winner take all. Because that would be they, and I know Saka did it a few times, like Saka and Carney, but it wasn't head-to-head one-on-one.
I'd be
It was-
walking around that event taking bets. I'd clean house.
that would be the ultimate showdown for a meal. It would be an absolute war. Because
They both have very sophisticated palates. They there's they eat a lot of different stuff. They're very well versed in it. Yeah, that would be a showdown for the century.
Yeah. I mean, by the way, programming note: Raphael will be on primetime Thursday night, so
Prime time.
I will be reporting on the Stone Crabs to him on that. But yes, he will be doing primetime Thursday night as our last show of 2025. Typically, I usually have done the last show of the year with Raphael, so we got it again this year. So and they had a big year. Relatives had a big year this year. I can tell you that. A lot of projects, 2 big anniversaries. They've had a fantastic year. Great cigars too. I think that Romeo stands out. There's a couple of others that stand out too.
The new aging room was really good. The Romeo 150.
They Concerto and La Boheme. Yeah, both good.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep thinking La Boheme was last year.
It really was. It was late last year.
Yeah.
That's why. You're right.
Yeah.
But the Concerto was great.
Yeah, that one was. That one was really good. The last couple of aging rooms I've been very impressed with.
The Sonata is a favorite. Ben smokes that every day. That's like an everyday cigar for Ben.
Really?
When Bear and I went to the trade show in 2019, we were blown away by the Nicaragua, Cuatro Nicaragua, which got the #1. We were blown away by that cigar. That was the best aging room by far we had. And they had some good ones, but that was the best one. So I still didn't think it was going to get #1, but it did. He's done a great job with that.
Absolutely. I mean, between him and AJ, they get together. They start putting these projects together, and look at all the Monte Cristos that they've worked on, or Raphael's been a part of it. Lights out. Monte Cristo is one of my favorite brands over there at Altadas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was a bigger fan of the. I love that Diamante they did.
Really.
I actually smoked the $150 Doble Diamante. It was really good. It won't be on the Coop list because I only smoked one. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have to multi-smoke.
Fuente Padron won't be on the Coop list either. I only smoked one of those, so they're not eligible. I have to smoke 2. And those are, the budget's only so much, is what I'll say.
Well, yeah. I know how that goes.
There is a $100 cigar on the Coop list this year. I will say that. There's $100 cigar on the Coop list this year. But it says so. There was one last year too. There's a different one this year.
What was I gonna say?
Because I got 2 of them.
I was gonna bring up your list actually.
There's only 2 cigars. There's only 2 cigars on it.
I know, but you've started. You've started the process. You've begun to roll out your list. My list won't really hit till January. But
we won't finish. We'll probably finish after you.
Actually, that's true because yours it really rolls out. And it's every day, right?
Except like Christmas, the 31st are really the only ones we skip.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but I'm like doing like the calendar math in my head. Okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we'll have number one on the 12th.
Okay. Yeah, we might be
So,
around that time.
and honestly, if it really wasn't for Charlie, who had asked me to try to get the list so he can get the consensus done, it would be later. So, we were having like, a couple of times we missed the number one, and Charlie was on a show. We had a talk, and I said, "Look, we'll work it out." He wanted to include me basically.
Right.
So it's a little challenge. Ideally, I'd like to roll the list the entire month of January, but that's not going to happen.
When's the deadline to get your list for the consensus?
I don't know.
It's January, though, I believe.
It's usually like he's very liberal with it. Like in terms, I think you can get the Friday before the consensus comes out. I believe that's when it is.
Yeah, because I don't think he needs much. I mean, he just needs
just needs the list, and he just pops it into his spreadsheet.
Yeah.
But I think he has to still work the spreadsheet, correct the bugs out of it. So he usually asks for Friday. And because they always do the consensus, I know usually the consensus falls on Martin Luther King Day, is when I've noticed it.
Okay, yeah.
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 And I don't know who's going to get number one on the consensus this year.
Yeah, I don't know if Saka's a clear favorite this year. Not that he didn't have any good cigars, but
we haven't seen the list come out yet.
Yeah.
Now, Saka sent out the media packs. So usually that's a sign. Like Umbagog was in the media pack last year. It's in the new one's in again this year. I believe the Solita Red was in there. The Blue Gordito. And there was one other I'm leaving out that was in there. And I can't remember what it is. Oh, the Red Meatloaf is for Tonga. Not a fan of this Pratonga as much as not that I didn't like it. I like the original Red Meatloaf better. The best Meatloaf was the first one Abe got.
The original one.
The original round one. The round Toro. So when it was a store exclusive, I thought. Like this cigar.
I'm trying to think.
This green would absolutely qualify for the list if I included shop exclusives.
Which you don't.
Which I don't, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But mainly it's accessibility and awareness. I try not to put too many diamonds in the rough on the list. That's not really the purpose of the list. The purpose of the list is cigars that are a little more accessible.
Right. I mean, we've kind of followed a similar model. I mean, we've had some cigars that were limited, but not completely inaccessible. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, we won't do a regional release either, or,
Right. I mean...
I actually, international is pretty much no longer eligible on the list. Because when I put the rule in that you had to rebuy the cigars, those are tough to procure sometimes.
Oh, meaning cigars that were exclusive outside the U.S.
Yeah. There was one year, one of those Liga Privadas that went to Europe made the list.
Oh, the Bauhaus?
The Bauhaus. And after that, I changed it where I have to buy the cigar after it's reviewed. That's the key thing.
Yeah.
And that's not possible sometimes, or it's not economically making sense. So those were eliminated. After Bauhaus will be the last one that would ever be seen as international, unless I get it easily in the U.S.
Yeah, I mean that's like it's like the same with the Cubans too. Like like a Half Wheel will they review and they handle Cubans.
I haven't seen a lot of Cuban reviews from them this year at all.
Yeah.
I don't follow them as much as you guys, but I do peek sometimes. I haven't seen one.
I haven't really... I'm kind of in the same boat. But yeah, that's true. I feel like the few times I have been over there, I haven't really noticed.
I think if they could get it, they would review it. So I think it's accessibility and costs, I'm sure, play into that too.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, it's, you can't get them here. You got to rely on getting them outside the country, and it's expensive, and it's not easy.
Yeah, I had to eliminate the sampler rule. Right, cigars and remember they did the monsters. They do the skinny monsters and all that. They used to all be eligible, but what happened is I'd have to buy the whole sampler again to do it, and that was just not economical. So. It has to. The only way I'll do it is if it's 2 cigars in the box maximum, and it's got to be half and half. It can't be like one single cigar in there. but 2 is the max. Because there are some releases that have come out with 2. Like the Surrogates had a 2 size one in there. The My Father,
Oh yeah, that's true.
those will, but yeah, otherwise, yeah. And I could buy those individually in most of those cases. So if I have to buy the whole box, I can't do it.
Yeah,
Doesn't make
no, that
no
makes sense though. That makes sense though.
Yeah.
Kevin just had a comment up here. As a consumer, looking forward to both of your lists. Well, Kevin, we appreciate you.
I hope people aren't going to be disappointed. I think this year's list was a closer list than I've had in about 8 years. 17 was the closest year I ever had. This one is probably the closest I've had. But it was the winner was still decisive, is what I'll say. But it was definitely closer 1 and 2 than I've seen in a while.
Excuse me. I have a solid top 5 already. That it's tough. There's a really solid handful that me and everyone over here kind of feels the same about. And I'm not gonna mention any names. Right? I don't want to give anything away. But just I find that not every time, but more often than not, that like top 5 to top 10 is the hardest part of the whole list. And it's like once you get, and you really, for me, it's like I have to solidify the top 10 first. Once I solidify the top 10, it makes it easier to go through the rest of the list. But let me tell you, man, that top 10, it's always the hardest part. And was it 2 years ago? We didn't really have the best year for releases, but like almost every other year around that, like it's been pretty tight. And it always starts off with one that's like, after going through a couple of cigars, you get one, you're like, this is definitely like a strong contender. And then you start getting excited about the idea and you're like, this is the best. And then you smoke like another one, a little ways later and you're like, shit, we have a problem. And then so on and so forth. Then you get like 5 of them where you're like, all right, all of these are really solid and I have to really go through them all to be like, I have to find the most flaws in all of them to try to like order them. And you look at the review scores and stuff like that, and I hate doing the list, but when it's done, I'm like happy and excited to put it out there and see what people think. But putting it together, man, it's not like it's just like a chore. It's just so hard to go through them all sometimes and be like, but this one was so good. Then that one was also lights out, and it's like, I do 1 and 2, but then you're like, what about the third one there? And I'm like, is he number 2? And they all because there's always a few that just get so close, and then the pack starts to separate, and that's not to say that other cigars aren't good. It's just some are just really solid contenders. Some of them are good, but you're kind of like, well, maybe how did they change? Do I resmoke them? And then you resmoke them. As you know, you do a resmoke. Sometimes, a cigar was high up, and then you do a resmoke, and then you're like, I don't like how this is changing, and it drops down. It's a whole process, but
I've had some drop out of the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have that this year.
I've had a couple.
Yeah, this one there were a couple at the bottom maybe that came, but there was I remember one year there was a cigar that was like 91 scored that fell out on that resmoke.
I feel like I remember that one. Like, I don't remember what the cigar was, but I remember an instance where that happened with you, and because I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, list time is always stressful.
Yeah.
It's always a lot.
Yeah, this has been a very taxing month for me. And I'm glad I don't have to deal with like Christmas gifts with kids, and my wife and I exchanged the gifts earlier on. It is very, very, very challenging this year.
Yeah.
I've been doing the videos and write-ups for the lists, and I'm still working on those.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You do a lot of different stuff, but it's a lot of work.
It pays off. They could say they don't like the list. We've talked about it, but guess what?
They can say they don't like the list, but then when I do the big list reveal show every year, there's like 100 people watching. I'll be like, oh, what is it? What is it? What is it?
Yeah, Bear does a reveal show with his list, and it's a big show. So.
It is, because, people are all sitting there live, like, watching the list unfold in real time, and it's like,
yeah,
what's the next one going to be? And then as you get closer to the top, you're like, oh, like, you have a few in mind, and then it's like, oh, there you go, all right, so that's already gone. So, like, all right, who's left? And then you start, like, oh, I have a pretty good idea of what I think it's going to be, because this was Cigar. And then it's like, oh. And you're like, oh, that's not what I was thinking. Okay, well, whatever. And then they all log off. Once you get to number one, then they all log off. And like, all right, well, there it is. I don't care about the rest. It's like, oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, list time is always stressful, but we get it done. It's a lot of work, but, half of what we do is always a lot of work. Coop, did you have anything else on your list for tonight that we wanted to hit? I think we hit most of it.
Oh, I see.
I think we hit it all.
Yeah.
I think we hit it all.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I wanted to say I apologize once again for the delay. I did not anticipate my dinner going so late. I mean, we got there at 5 o'clock. I mean, I was like, oh, this is good. Nice and early-ish, Get in, get out. No, I did not get in, get out. That took way longer than I wanted it to. But anyway, I digress. We still made it. We still got on the air, so I appreciate you guys all hanging out with us tonight and listening along. Coop, you have Raphael on the show with you this week.
Yep.
On prime time.
Yep, that will be the final prime time of the year, because Christmas and New Year's fall on Thursday, so we're not going to be doing shows on the other days.
Yeah, and we actually have Norman Hooten coming on the show from Hooten Young, which I assume Carney will be there?
I've interviewed Norm. He's a great interview. Years ago, I did it when he was before Carney got there. He's a good, very good. Yeah, you'll have a lot of fun with that show.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one. So that'll be on Wednesday, and then obviously spare notes. I think we should still be good for our next episode, schedule wise. It's after Christmas, so it'll be after Christmas. We can talk about Christmas. Yep. And then I think it'll be our last one of the year. Damn.
Yep.
So fucking fast. It goes so fast. What a long year. It was very fast, but it felt so long at the same time. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, well, for you especially, yeah.
Yeah, a lot's going on. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's our show for this week, guys, for Spare Notes.
That's it, yep.
We had a good time. Thank you guys for being here with us. If you're listening later, then thank you as well. We appreciate you definitely downloading our episodes. Don't forget to like and subscribe everywhere you can find your podcast. And as always, head to SpokenTobacco.com for more news, reviews, and updates from the cigar industry. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Take care.